Who's ready to destroy some fucking back? I can tell you right now, I'm fucking pumped up today. It is a start of a brand new week. I uh I actually got some good fucking sleep last night, so I'm pumped up. I'm excited. I'm ready to fucking go. I can feel the blood coursing through my veins right now. If I get, I need to watch it. If I get too excited, it's gonna be coursing to the wrong parts. Fucking ruin my workout. If you know what I'm saying. All right. So typically, I would be over there doing some chest supported dumbbell rows, but I don't know, man. I feel like I'm getting too. I guess I'm getting too preoccupied with trying to, or actually, it's probably the opposite, really. I think I'm getting too caught up and trying to make my workouts as good as I can, which obviously that's what you want to do. But when you have an injury, that probably should be the focus, and you should be just trying to work around and do what you can, without making it worse. Obviously, that should be a given. I shouldn't have to say that, but I'm so I'm so determined that I was trying to get back to doing those chest supported rows. And is it that much different than this? No. But did it feel better for what? I still can't explain why, but they do just feel better for me. So I was just trying to get back to them, and I think I can do them, but I think the smarter choice is to do this, even though it might not be as good of an exercise for me personally. I feel like I don't get as much out of it, but is it so much so that I shouldn't even do them? No, it's not the case. So you guys know the drill. 3 kind of heavy, and then we'll back some weight down after that. Ah, damn it, that was shit. That was fucking shit. Fuck. You know how your biceps are a pretty big secondary muscle when you do pretty much any back movement. And I've been feeling this increasingly more and more the longer I've been doing back day twice a week. My biceps are just tender as fuck. Sore, whatever word you want to use. It just didn't feel great. Now maybe, and this happens too, maybe, I just need kind of one set to kind of knock the rust off, if you will. It's, like I said, this happens a lot. So maybe the second one, the third one would be a little easier, but man, that kind of knocked me down a peg. Well, I don't have to worry about blood rushing to the wrong areas anymore. Like I said, that kind of brought me down a little bit. All right, well, I'll do it again. I think part of the problem too is I'm getting fucking hot as shit already. Let me lose the jacket and I'll do it again. See if it feels any better. But at that point, I'm already 2 sets in. So unless it just feels atrocious, I might just do the third one after that, anyways. But we'll see. Let me do one more, and who am I kidding? I'll do 3. Fuck it. All right, maybe if I find the right song here, it'll get me back on the right track. Not to say that I'm down in the dumps or anything, but there's really nothing. Well, I guess there are a lot of things worse, but in the context of what I'm doing right now, not many things worse than when you're pumped up, ready to fucking go, kill your workout, and then you do that first set and just something feels off, regardless of what it is. There's a lot of things that could feel off, but um, when you're doing a back movement, obviously you don't want your biceps to be tender or sore. Like I said, hopefully that was just a little blimp. I just kind of needed to loosen up a little, get some blood in there. This set will let me know for sure. Oh yeah, I won't say that was night and day better, but it was fucking close. I still felt a little something there at the end, but hey, I'm not gonna complain at this point. Compared to how I felt in the first set, pretty fucking improved. I think I even did. I mean, granted, the last 2 reps were very, very well. Let's just say they were on this end of cheating. If this was like max of how much you could cheat on a rep, I was pretty damn close to just maxing that out. One more, and we'll lighten it up. Ah. All right. One more. All right, although that was fucking very effective, I'm not gonna quit now. Still on a little drop set. I'll make this a drop set kind of on the heavier side. Normally I'd probably go down to 2 plates. I'll leave 3 on there. Obviously I won't get as many reps, but that's the point. Wow. Okay. Wow, that finished fucking great. A lot better than expected. Because that first set was just, I had that slight, Jesus Christ, let me turn my music down. I was in the zone there, didn't realize how loud it was. But I had that slight sensation in my bicep. It's practically gone now. I'm still going to be careful and cautious. Got to pay attention, make sure it doesn't get worse. But that was fucking a hell of a way to finish this, as Ron Burgundy would say. For all my Anchorman fans out there, holy shit. See, this is why I love, though. It's a nice balance, man. This is why I love doing 3 heavy. You know, I'm more accepting going so heavy that I know I might cheat on the last 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 reps with the heavy stuff. As long as I get at least a good 7, 8 clean reps, and then from there cheat. But I'm more willing and accepting of that when I know I'm balancing it out with 2 lighter sets and a drop set. That way, on those lighter ones, I can slow it down a little more, focus on the control even more, and isolate my back more too. It's a nice balance. It's like with anything, any field you're trying to get great at or master, you can't be one dimensional, you know. Um, so like these guys that always are doing super slow reps like this, you know, they're going like a fucking grandma's pace. Yeah, that's good, but do you want to do that all the time? It's gonna make you so one dimensional. I think a good balance. Again, I did 3 heavy. You guys seen it was pretty heavy. I was cheating pretty hard on all 3 sets of the first 3. On the final 3+ reps of each set, But I'm okay with that because I know I'm gonna go lighter on two more and then a drop set as well. So again, it's just a nice. I don't know. For me, I've been doing this not super long. I mean, maybe 5 or 6 months, but I am really liking it. I don't see it changing anytime soon. So let's go to some pull downs. God damn it. All right, I can already feel my forearms getting pretty pumped up, which is hard to avoid when you're doing a back day. Um, but it's so much so that I think if I don't use my Versa grips on this, that my forearms might become, too pumped up and might start to cause a problem that I don't really want to, I don't want to take away from my back. So I'm going to use the Versa grips on this. Use the straight bar here, go about shoulder width, maybe a little wider, supinated. And, since I'm already 5 sets in with a drop set, I'm not going to go as heavy as I normally would, as if I was starting with this, obviously. So I'm thinking, I'll probably go close. I might end up regretting it, but I'll try 19. Maxed out is 20. As you guys know, I always, I'll add that little plate, and then I'll add 3 5s and then 2 2.5s. So it's still probably, oh fuck, I don't know, I would say at least 25 pounds lighter. But honestly, it might even be more than that. Light, that being lighter than what I would normally start with. What I just said, adding all those fives and whatnot. But anyways, enough talking, man. Let's do this set. Oh wow. Ah. Hmm. Ah. Ah, shit. Whew. I've been going at a pretty breakneck speed here. I got locked in and I was feeling pretty good after that first set of rows. And like I said, I've been going pretty quick, but whenever I know I have a set plus a drop set, I will, kind of lengthen out my rest period between the last set and the drop set one, or not the drop set one, between the last set and then the set paired with the drop set. I'll rest a little bit longer, which I have here. Not much. I mean, it kind of depends on the day. You know, some days I might need a little longer than others, but I feel pretty good. So I maybe rested a minute longer. So we'll do a set and a drop set here. All right, like always, I can't feel my hands or my forearms. It's kind of like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. If I don't use the Versa grips, my forearms will, and my grip will be the limiting factor on most back movements, if not all. And then when I do, you know, again, maybe I need to loosen them a little more, but when I loosen them, they just don't work as good. So like when I use them, it cuts off circulation, and then I start to, like it's hard to even move my fingers right now. The dexterity is like gone, not gone obviously, but limited. But if I had to choose, I would definitely use Versa grips because, I've used them on 8 sets and 2 drop sets, and I didn't really start having problems with it until maybe the last 2 here. The benefit um, kind of outweighs the downside of it. So I mean, it's all right. But I think I'm gonna finish with some reverse pec deck. My rear delts do get neglected a little, and I used to be really good about not neglecting them. But I mean, luckily they're not bad. But we'll do like 3 sets over there, and on the cool side of it, I guess it rear delts kind of ties in with back um a little bit, and the reverse pec deck you'll get a little bit of traps in there too, which obviously ties in with back. Anytime you hit a back double bicep, I mean, if you don't have good traps, good rear delts, obviously it's going to kind of lower the level of how it looks. So I'll go wrap up with that. And I might sprinkle in a little bit of chest. Who am I kidding? I don't even know why I'm acting like maybe. I'm almost certainly going to. But anyways, let's go focus on reverse pec deck. Try to get 3 good sets in there. All right, one thing, the seat a little too high. At least I think it is. I could do the next one and be like, no, you fucking dumbass, you should have left it where it was. But number two is I think that was a little too light. I'm gonna go up to 190. See if I can. I'm gonna do two more sets. If I can do at least 12 on this one, and then the third one, obviously, I might do a little less. I think that'd be pretty good. Uh, I think it was 14. Probably wasn't the prettiest. That's all right. Let's do one more in a drop set. All right. I'll be honest. The pump, not the best. Not in my top 10 by no means for sure, but I'd say it's like middle of the road. Um, I don't know. And it could be because I finished with reverse pec deck. That's not a direct back movement. Although, like, I tried to make it make sense by saying, oh yeah, you get some traps in there and a little bit of that upper mid back. But it's, I mean, come on, it's mainly a fucking rear delt movement. So maybe that kind of took away from my pump on my back. But I know what I felt while I was doing the sets, and excluding maybe the very first set of the plate loaded rows and maybe the last normal set of lat pull downs, not the drop set, but the last normal one before the drop set. Those two maybe were kind of a little iffy, but everything in between um, felt pretty good. So although my pump is not really, I mean, I'll be honest, it's not really there. Like I said, I know what I felt, and one way to kind of back, I feel like the more I talk to people, the more I hear back is one of the top body parts for people. That's the hardest for them to get that mind muscle connection. Um, And so even like after you're done doing a back workout, it's like, they have trouble even flexing their lats. It's like, did I did it work? Well, I kind of squeeze my lat almost like I'm driving my elbow down into my side, and just doing that, I get my lats are already kind of sore. So if nothing else, I can kind of say that, I guess. Fuck it. Anyways, let's check the pump out. All right. I don't know how it looked. I never know until I'm in post editing, editing my life away. But I know how it felt, and this has been a growing theme almost every back day, which I like it. But as I was sitting there posing, trying to flex my back and tighten everything, get that crazy contraction, my back and pretty much my whole back, yeah, was pretty fucking sore, and it was getting even hard to fucking pose. So that tells me I definitely did pretty good. Um, like I said, the pump, the pump is not gonna be the end all be all. It is something that when you're a bodybuilder you want to shoot for, but is it always an indicator of a good workout? No. I mean, absolutely not. Just like, I always argue with people, or I used to, not so much anymore, but people that will come in here in a sweatpants and fucking two hoodies trying to sweat their life away. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, your body's gonna work a little harder to stay cool, but does it, how much you sweat, does that directly correlate to a great workout? No. I can actually, and I will make the argument that the hotter you get and the more you're sweating that much, it can actually start to hinder your workout. I mean, if you're sweating that much and you get super hot, your clothes are soaked. Unless you're an endurance athlete training for conditions like that, and you're trying to just build your endurance, it's definitely going to hold back on how much you can lift, how well you can perform. So if you're just trying to build muscle and you're constantly being held back by the fact that you're getting really hot, because you're wearing hoodies and sweatpants and you're sweating like crazy, it's gonna limit how much you can lift. So just think about how much that's holding your gains back. I always say you can go sit in the sauna for 30 minutes and sweat your fucking ass off. Does that mean you got a good workout? Fuck no, not at all. All you did was sit down and get really hot. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and again, I'm not sitting here saying come in here and work out and try not to sweat at all. That's not what I'm saying. A little sweat is a good thing, but don't let that be the main thing you're shooting for. That just makes no sense to me. But anyways, good day. Um, Tomorrow will be chest. I'm gonna go home, rest up a bit, get some protein in me, um, and get ready for tomorrow. Till then, I'm out of here.